call it the Silk Road, where frankincense and gold and silk and all the different merchandise that used to develop the economy of that area, and also the area of the colonial masters, because England did go into India. That is why you have India and Pakistan separate, because of that invasion. But Columbus wanted to go to India by traveling westwards. And he went to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella to sponsor the journey. And when they agreed, he wanted sailors, but the normal sailor in Spain wouldn't go with him. They wouldn't travel with him because they fear that they might fall off the earth. Because they thought that the world was flat. We see that there's a new trust on the market, you know, going around, where people know it's proving to you that the world is flat. A lot of arguments and so-called evidence is coming out now that the world is flat. Anyway, they thought that the world, if you go too far out into the horizon, we know there's a horizon now, them never know that them would have fall off. And also, monsters and things out there would have get rid of you. So them never want to follow him. But Christopher Columbus was a very learned sailor. Because he used to move with the North Africans, the black people, and the Arabs who was in that part of the world in North Africa. They knew about sailing and movement of ship and all them things there. So them could have instruct Christopher Columbus. So him never did really want to follow the backwardness of the Spanish people. But Christopher Columbus had to get people to come with him. He was given 3 ships. 3 ships he was given. And Christopher Columbus had to go into the prisons of Spain. A history I talk about here. Christopher Columbus went into the prisons in Spain and promised the prisoners that if they would make the voyage with him, they would reap the reward of gold. Because gold was the eyeball of Europeans at that time, outside of, eventually it became sugar and rum. But gold was what they were searching for. So, he promised them land and he promised them gold and good living. So the prisons of Spain was emptied out. All the murderers, rapists, all the degenerates that was not able to be a part of the Spanish society. Christopher Columbus decided that he would carry them on the voyage. So he took these degenerates, put them on the ship them, on his way to India. And he voyaged and voyaged and voyaged till him reach land. And Christopher Columbus, in landing, thought that he was in India. Christopher Columbus and his men thought that they were in India. Española. Because the people that they saw resembled the pictures of people that they knew who came from India. But these people, according to their scripts that them left, were almost looking uncivilized. And in that civilizing mode, they decide they would Christianize these people. Because to the Europeans, if you are not a Christian, you are an uncivilized being. So Christopher Columbus and his men decided that they would civilize these people. So them land and stick the flag of Spain in the ground in the name of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. And these people who were known as Taínos brought their fruits and them food and everything to give these strange looking people, these strangers that ventured from across the sea. And when I was going to school, I thought that the Spaniards and the so-called Arawak, as we were told they were called, was having a conversation about land and all these things. But as a little youth, I never ever think in my mind about, wait, the Spaniards never know the language of the Taínos. Now the Taínos know the language of the Spaniards, so them could never have a conversation. What transpired was these men have guns and bayonets, and the indigenous people of this part of the world had fruits to give. And they were slaughtered because of their look. These Spaniards thought that they would be killed because they were looking like, according to their eyes, savages without the heart of God in them, Jesus Christ. So they came with them guns and them bayonets to civilize a people who was here living according to how people should live, in tune with nature, having them rituals and them different ideas of society and how society should be, and their institutions. And Christopher Columbus, in his quest for finding gold, he never find none, but he carry back some of the natives to Spain. And he eventually make some more voyages, and him end up in a Jamaica, Cuba, all of these little islands, and find himself in it. Land up on the shores of Massachusetts in America. And what transpired is not something that neither the Taínos, nor the Native Americans, nor the Africans who came after would want to record in their history book as something that was wonderful and beautiful and what was a great part of their history. The atrocities that was placed on these people is still embedded in the soil of these land, these captured land. And Christopher Columbus, after all of that, never find a gold. And there was a time when them decide that they're going to send some of these people to look for gold, and anybody who never come home with gold, they would chop off them wrists. Chop off them wrists. Or them foot. Don't have the foot part there. They would chop it off if you don't find a gold. And them still never find a gold. And thousands, if not millions, of Taínos was here when Christopher Columbus came. And when Columbus leave, there was a couple hundred. Christopher Columbus devastated this part of the world. Disease that these people never know was introduced to them in the land. The Taínos were murdered, raped, and all sorts of disease take them over. And when Christopher Columbus leave and went back to Spain, eventually, Christopher Columbus was arrested and imprisoned. Did we hear that in the history books? Yes, I hear that in my history book. I don't know about your history book. Christopher Columbus was imprisoned in Spain. He was not a national hero in Spain. He was not a person that Spaniards were taught in their history book to look up to. He was one of the most cruel and evilest person that ever come across this part of the earth. Christopher Columbus. We want you to remember what them teach you in history class when it come on to this part of the world. Because Christopher Columbus thought that he was in India. And logically, because he was traveling west, thus the term the west of India. And the people who was living on the... No, that's a serious thing we are talking about. I don't even know if Sanjay learned them things in at school, even though she a big master's degree and this a degree and all them things. I think I forget about last week. I just remember, yes, master's degree and all these things. But I don't know if you know this, but Christopher Columbus thought that he was in India. And because he was traveling west, obviously it was the west of India. So therefore the people who was on the land, who was not Indians, was called West Indians. No, think about it. The Taínos was here first, think about it. We come, the English take over the land from the Spaniards. Kill off some Spaniards and take over the land. Capture land again. White people are kill white people for take well land where it's not for them own. Them still are do it. Jamaica was first occupied according to their history, because we can't even go back farther than that too, because the Taínos was here. Jamaica was occupied by the Spaniards who come and rape and kill the Taínos. Some white people from England kill off some Spaniards when they left here so. When Christopher Columbus gone back to Spain, him left a whole heap of them here so for build up villages and all them something there. The English come and kill them, murder them and murder the other little Taínos where they are and capture the land. So, thief from thief. My mother used to say thief from thief and God laugh. So here are some people who thief the land from the Taínos, and here are some other people come thief the land from them. And them come back, come thief the land from the said people, and the people them come back, come thief the land again. Now imagine this. We don't have to imagine it. Check this. The man make a mistake. How much years ago this happened? 1492? Let me say? 1492. How much years that? I love enough years that. The man make a mistake. And the mistake is repeated over and over and over and over and over and over. And over and over and over. And it's not an over me I talk about, it's over and over and over. The mistake is repeated through the centuries. So you know what happened now? The lie and the mistake become True. The Africans them who come here was never exempted from the label of Indian. So we use African automatically because we land over here to become Indian. We are West Indian according to the mistake. But we never know it was a mistake. Because it come 300, 400, 500 years. It follow the trail, come right through. And we're there so now. Most of it is not tying us. Most of it come from Africa on some slave ship and reach over here so. And them call we West Indian. And we nyam it up. And we don't ever push a finger in our mouth and vomit it out back. We nyam it up and put drink water and make it digest in a way. And we become West Indian. You can't go tell most Jamaican. I mean, I can't go tell them because you will tell them. Most Jamaican in a Jamaica, if you tell them, say, them are African, it's like you tell them, say, them are dirty dog. If you tell them, say, them are African, them say, look here, me no Rasta, no bring no dirty Rasta foolishness to me. Me no African, me a Jamaican, me a West Indian, me born in the West Indies. How the hell we reach that? How we reach that? We reach that because some people who have the power manipulate history and write the history from their perspective, from their eyes. And we come now and gulp it down. And if you tell a youth in a Jamaica, say him is not a West Indian, him say, I am teacher, teach him that. Because the teacher them accept that as a truth, as a reality, that we are West Indians. Or we become West Indians. When it's Africa, which part of Africa, Indian, them more than Uganda, and them come there so. And remember, say, when name run out all of the Indian, them out of Uganda one at a time. Them name again. So remember his name. But how the hell we become Indian? How the hell the Native American, the indigenous people of America become Indian? How the Aboriginal people then become Indian? How the Amerindian them in Guyana become Indian? Who gave us that label that we now can hug it up and say, we are West Indians? As a matter of fact, we have a university of the West Indies where it's cater for West Indian people. And you come from the West Indies. I wonder if you saw me, I say that when the reality leak and step in, it become the lie. And the lie because it did it and beaten away, taught to us, regurgitated. We vomit it sometime and we drink back the vomit. And it become part of our life, part of our understanding of self, part of our thinking. And we call ourselves West Indian, and we don't see nothing wrong with that. No, it not change the price of bread. It not change how we walk, it not change how we talk. But guess what? It have something to do with a collective mind and how our consciousness is directed. How we direct our consciousness to ourselves. The confidence what we're supposed to have in ourselves. Get eaten, you know, like when rat are shooting pickle. As so we thinking get chew, lickle. Till the little thing, the first chewing, don't seem important. But guess what? It's a serious thing. Them have a way for torture people in a certain eastern country, you know. Them just put some water over your head, you know, and make it drip. Tip, by your forehead. Tip. It's a wicked way to torture people that. You ever sleep night yet and hear your water drip? You don't know how you wake, you know. A little thing like a water drip, now the pipe go tip, 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 and you say, it's what that? The water, like the pipe turn on, the pipe not turn on, and a little water, tip, tip. It's the most annoying thing. It's more annoying than a man play a big sound system out the road. Because it just annoying, it just go tip, tip, tip. Look here. I got them do to way. Because it's the first tip, we never lock it off. The second tip, and third tip, and the fourth tip, and the fifth tip, oh gosh, man, if that time you run, go at you like it off. Because you realize you know, how devastating it is to your mind and how you want to sleep. And that is what them do to we now, because we no wake up. We no wake up, you know. We still hear the tip in our head and start love it. Yeah, we start love the tip. Yeah, me a West Indian. Oh, but I come in African, me never born in Africa, but you never born in India neither. You never born in Africa, but you never born in India. It's India, the man did I go. And make a roundabout turn. He make a roundabout turn and reach on you, so. And you now continue now with the roundabout turn with him. And him have you at speed roll like you or you and king. Because I remember him say, because I never know, you know. Him say the four corners of the earth, you know. We know that the earth now have no four corners. Him never know that. But people say, well, you want to tell the four corners of the earth. I'm going to lick you from you and make you reach the four corners. We part the corner. Show me one of the corners of them. Where the corner of the earth there. All of these things is language and word that is used. Not really deciding the price of flour, but it decides how you think and how you relate to other things down the line. Like the rat, you chew your things and you left it, then the next man come and chew piece, and then tomorrow man is a rat, but him chew, him yam out the whole of my things. It's done, you know. Your bread gone. Because you really look on it and you say, well, him just chew that part and maybe tomorrow man, we can't slice out that part and eat the rest. And you left the bread there. And him just come back and chew the part where you say that go cut off. And chew the part inside now, and I go in deep in your bread. And that them do to way, you know. The peripheral thinking become the thinking, the major thinking. It starts on the periphery, on the edge, but then no, it just nyam become you. So we are not ourselves. We are West Indians. We can't be African. We cannot be African because we never come from Africa. And furthermore, even if we come from Africa, we don't want to identify with Africa because of pure murder and death and destruction and Ebola and disease and this and that and people are starving and all them something. We don't want to identify with that. You know, see it? We want New York, New York. It's so large, you call it 2 times. New York, New York, with big bright lights and this and that and tear up jeans and fingernail push down out there. So, you can't even need flour again. Terrible. It's terrible. We're in a serious position. But you know, same like how the slave mill grinds slow according to my brethren, Damien, it's same way the consciousness of a mill we are grind slow too. But guess what? Sure, we confident in that the mill are grind, the confidence mill are grind, and it are grind slow. And we can't forget about the race between the rabbit. And we have to say turkey at them time because Jamaican people don't know when name tortoise. Tortoise will say turkey. The turtle and the rabbit, eh? The turtle and the rabbit are going to race. And the rabbit, you know, the rabbit run fast. The turtle, they just screechy. The rabbit pass him long time and gone on the road, but through the rabbit not see him know him say, "Chop, boy, I can't take a rest and eat that tree and, you know, give him a little time." Ratted. The rabbit drop asleep. The turkey just take time and crawl and just pass him and go win the race. By the time he wake up, the race done. We confident that the race is not for the swift, but it's to endure to the end. And we're going to endure because logic says we're not supposed to be here after 400 years of the whole heap of cruelty that them put upon way. We weren't supposed to be there here, but we're there still. And if we're there still, tomorrow we're going to be here. We're going to be here tomorrow. And we're there still. Because our liberation and our freedom must come as African people. And no matter how it look now, no matter how the thing look away, we say we're confident in the victory of good over evil. Haile Selassie said that many, many years ago. We confident in the victory of good over evil. So when we say we are African, you hear the argument we are going on about who are Jamaican, the politician brother there, what name? What the boy name again? A PNP man, right? Him a Canadian citizen, him a Grenadian citizen, and him a run for Jamaican, and him a no Jamaican citizenship, him have no Jamaican citizenship, but him a declare him a Jamaican. Because him mother, him father, how it go? Him father Jamaican? One of them must be Jamaican, then all become Jamaican. Oh, because I'm born in Canada. Oh, I'm born in Canada, and Canada is part of the Commonwealth. And that logic that them are used by you. All right. So, how them can accept that? Follow the logics now. I'm born in Canada, but I'm a Jamaican. But him don't have a Jamaican passport. But his parents is him father Jamaican. I think his mother. One of them are Jamaican, one are from Grenada. All right. Follow the logics. Because sometimes them catch you in something and realize they see something where them put, and they see something now them go after that. The brother born in Canada from Jamaican parents, and them come here so come live with film family. Him not have no passport for sure him a Jamaican, and him a run for governmental position. Yeah, him a run for, no, him a PNP. Then, when name they have attack against him? Darrell Vaz. No, Darrell Vaz not attack against him. Who Darrell Vaz attack about? Attack against? The same brother, man. Darrell Vaz up on the radio and make Alabalo over. Anyway, that's beside the point. What I try to say is this. This man is running for a position in government. And him don't have no Jamaican passport. Him never born in a Jamaica. But him claim Jamaica. In other words, you don't have to born in a Jamaica, Jamaica born in a you. You understand? Catch your drift, you know. Him born in Canada, but him a claim Jamaica. And him a run for some high position in a Jamaica. Because him part of the Commonwealth. That means a white guy who's a Canadian can come here so and run, you know, because he's Canadian and part of the Commonwealth. A white people set that up, you know. A white people set up that. It almost logically illogical. Because him set it up. Now, me come now with my little African talk. I mean, say, all right, you're not born in Africa. But you're African. You say, no, I'm not in Africa. I'm never born in Africa. If I call born in a pig pen, him is a cow. Him is no pig. So, the man that who are running at the election, him parents are Jamaican. But guess what? Him born in Canada. But him there so as a Jamaican. And him have all of the things them that are Jamaican. Where you get as a Jamaican, but guess what? Him don't have no passport. Him have 2 passports and none of them have no Jamaican passport. You know, see the madness. So when we say, no, we are African, I'm going to say, me are not African, me are West Indian. Oh, you become West Indian. Oh, you become a West Indian. You have West Indian passport? You don't have a passport. Is that me I show you? Because the man don't have none. The man don't have none, and according to the law, if you're part of the Commonwealth, you can run in an election if your parents them have a connection with the country. If your parents have a connection with the country, you can have what you call all the things them that is necessary that a Jamaican is there to. So, Columbus, come lick that out away. But them did have law already for a long time. The English did have law to tell you, say, look here, you're a British subject. You belong to we. Part of the Commonwealth is saying that Queen Elizabeth run things and her successors. And whosoever she want to have sex in with, successors. Who is his successors? Queen Elizabeth run the thing. The Governor General is our representative here. If you are part of the Commonwealth, you are under the auspices of the Queen. Canada still have the Queen for their money. Canada still have the Queen for their money. You is not a West Indian. You is not an Indian. Indian is Mr. Maharaj. You don't watch here, so we are sell Taiwan things and claim say a Jamaican craft. All the red, gold and green things where they take from Mexico and take from China and bring those. And the Indian them do that. If you go down there, so when tourists come here, the little boats of slave them will have them van, get some money from them and carry them, go to the thing instead of carry them go to the craft market, them carry them go over to the Maharaj, it's this and Maharaj and that. And furthermore, you don't name Maharaj. And the reason why you name Mr. White is because you never know, so you have a name Ukumba, Lumumba, you don't want to call those names neither because you say, what kind of name that? You prefer name Mr. Brown and Mr. White. Oh, the hell you name Mr. White, are you black? Because we in Africa, when we name ourselves, when our children, when our parents name us, they name it according to your character and your personality. Sometimes they name you on the day you was born. Like when we talk about Kwame Nkrumah, you know which day Kwame Nkrumah born because Kwame is Saturday. So you said that youth was born on a Saturday. It's a scientific approach to things, you know. You name a child according to his personality. You don't look on TV and say Kardashian with a big bottom or cock out so, and she have millions and you say you're going to name a picnic Kardashian. No, it's not to African people name. That's how European people make we do it. We are say it's very important that we understand how them get we caught up in a certain talking and certain ways to look on things. For them logics is not necessarily the logics of the world. It's the logics according to their definition of themselves. We must find the logic that define we as a people, as African people. And it is very important now that we understand how important it is to claim that part away. That Africanness, that part away, because soon, trust me, the way them are set the thing now, it crisscross. It crisscross. That only them can identify themselves. Look more we can identify ourselves. We still can identify ourselves now. Look on the TV. You ever see the people that read news on TV? I say, oh, it's what make down them people there. What the hell them are used for them face? Why is it that them look so? You tell me say so much shine upon them face that when them come on TV, them have to look so. Then when white people up on TV, them look so because them done white already, them fit into the camera. There are ways to light black people on the camera that these camera people don't know because they never go to school where studies say black people must not look like white people on television. Black people must look like black people and white people must look like white people. And there's ways to do it. But them never study that. African people is African people. It's just simple. China people don't look like white people on TV. And no matter, them cannot look like white people. Them face round differently. And if them stand up, and you look behind them, you don't see nothing. And them usually short. I never see a Chinaman tall like Usain Bolt. You ever see a Chinaman tall like Usain Bolt? One time, yes. It's very difficult to find a Chinaman who look like tall like Usain Bolt. Believe you me. But you have people, you have black people who shorter than you. Yes. I go to Africa and see some pygmy. Them call them, hey, when them Hey, you wouldn't believe some big people them, you know. Me not talk about freak of nature, you know. Like some people you see on TV, you know, we have this, them little short people who are going with them antics in America and them come. We talk about real people in Africa. And some little man and some little woman. When you see them look like picnic. You look like a whip of picnic road up along the yard. But them is people, big people. You understand? Not freak of nature. What we have done as a freak of nature, because black people don't want to see them African. It's a freak. It's a freak if a black person come out in a yard and have him fingernails stretched gone out there so, and the ear a horse here, and the bottom enough for them own, them breast enough for them own, them lipstick enough, I mean, them eyebrow enough for them own, them eyelash enough for them. That is freak of nature. Put pant up, you know, them have tear-up pants, them have dress out, them have them no clothes on. Them go and dance, a light fire underneath them crutches, and do all sorts of things. That is freak of nature. But that is where we're there. We come like this and be like this because there is low self-esteem. And Marcus Garvey say, and we're going to repeat it over and over and over and over. If you have no confidence in yourself, you're twice defeated in the race of life. But with confidence, you have won even before you have started. The words of Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Attention all taxi.
Time is